it's that the Christmas lights are all down. So he doesn't have all the Christmas lights to look at that he's been looking at for the past couple of weeks. So.
National Fire people, I don't know where these groups stem from, somewhere in Washington, D.C., I'm sure, say that you should take down your tree by this Sunday. Just for fire safety purposes. So,
unless it's a fake tree, there should be some clarification there. You probably could keep your fake tree up for as long as you like.
Yeah, because fake fires don't burn.
Right. Right.
So, you and I were discussing having falls and incidents. I told you I had one this morning. You said you had one last week.
Yeah.
We were talking about when you are an insurance person.
It's actually a great conversation. It was what I was thinking of talking about, and I come in and you're going, "Good morning."
When you have insurance through Barron Insurance Agency and some of the fine people that you represent, are any of those instances where you and I were discussing able to be compensated in any way? You'd have to be getting in and out of your car, or not even that case?
Doesn't matter. I mean, all right, so let's talk about how there's a major difference between the fall that happened to you and the fall that happened to me.
Because I'm on someone else's property.
You're on somebody else's property.
And you're on your property.
I'm on my own property. So as we look at my homeowner policy, which is going to be the same for any homeowner policy, where I've got liability coverage and I've got medical payments to others coverage. I can't sue myself, and it's medical payments to others. So when I took a fall last week in my driveway, and I mean, it was yeah, you said it best, Charlie Brown. I mean, bam, I was on the ground, hoping nobody could see or hear me because I just needed my moment to go and try to roll over and get up because I landed right on my tailbone on some ice that had mounded up. The problem for me, the good news for me is I didn't injure myself beyond the fact that I'm still in some good pain in that area, but I don't believe I have an injury, at least I hope not. I didn't break anything, so there's nothing there for me. But there are people who fall in their driveways or fall in their properties that do injure themselves in some way, shape, or form. And the sad truth of the matter is there is no coverage for that for them.
I am not, aside from being extremely sore, and I'm sure for a couple of days, but I can tell you I didn't break anything right now. I'm just in a great deal of pain because it only happened, 4 hours ago.
What if you need physical therapy? What if there's some out-of-work time? What if they're in for...
Now, that wouldn't be covered under my insurance. I would have to go to the company and say, what insurance policy do we have? Do I need to talk to them? Or does somebody on my behalf, like the manager, talk to them? Or do I go directly to them? Or what?
So it depends. It depends how this gets filed because, status update.
My ship just came in.
So it's tricky for you because you fell on a business property and you're an employee of said business. So for you, it could possibly be as much as a workers' compensation claim if there was an injury sustained.
Right. And I thought that for...
which would require reporting to the state, you'd have to report.
There has to be like a whole lot of stuff going on there. And I thought that you had to have at least like a week or two of lost time off in order for you to actually claim like workman's comp.
See,
if I missed a day, I mean that's just a
But the claim process is pretty clear. It's upon injury. You have to put notice out. So you're at least putting the company and formalizing that an injury sustained.
Yes,
an injury took place during work hours. That's it. And whether anything's paid out or not could be a whole different story because, of course, there's due diligence and there's a claims process, but you have to put them on notice. That's the big kicker.
Right there. So what I understand from this particular situation is, like if I slipped and fell at the grocery store, but they had signs out and they had shoveled, but it was a big storm. That's called something where I can't really sue them because it's just Mother Nature, and they did all they could, but they can't be standing out there 24/7.
Correct.
Just continue to shovel.
It's going to be awfully
salt.
hard to prove negligence, which is what liability protects. So it would take a legal process to really prove negligence, and that's one of the reasons why all the stores and businesses, for the most part, that are attended by consumers regularly, have plow people who keep logs. Plow people who have done a pass and said, yep, did a pass here today at this time. Here we go. And that way, if a fall comes in, you know the time of the fall. You can compare it to the log.
Right.
There's a lot of process there. But medical payments are on just about every policy. So my business owner's policy, the grocery store's business owner's policy, there'll be medical payments of $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, maybe even more, $1,000. So you would be able to get that no problem because you just simply sustained the injury on their premises.
Interesting.
Negligence or not, it's there to protect you.
Did we have a point today?
That was it.
Oh, that was
That
it.
was huge.
That was amazing.
With this weather,
I feel so informed.
Shut up. With this weather, though, we're talking about this horrible cycle right now of snow, rain, freeze, snow, rain, freeze.
Right.
So we basically all have ice rinks underfoot. So I can tell you, I've had at least 4 clients fall. Some have fallen on their own property. Some have broken bones and no coverage, no protection other than whatever they have for health insurance. So it's a very topical conversation right now because falls are being sustained everywhere.
Now, I see that.
And it's important for anyone who's not properly sanding or taking care of their driveway, especially commercial folks. Do it.
Okay, so like the town of St. Johnsbury, they have that little dude in his little plow.
I would do that job any day.
Yeah,
Drive that orange
doesn't it
thing
sound
around
like fun?
town. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like a
He's
go-kart
probably
with a
listening
plow.
right now going, try riding for a few hours, pal.
Yeah, no place to stop for a restroom. Nothing's open at 3:30. But, you know.
Apparently he's Southern. That's good.
Yeah, he goes around town and he plows the sidewalk. Is that a mandate for the town in order to prevent having lawsuits against them for people walking on the sidewalks? Is that the concept?
I guess it could be. I mean, I don't deal a lot with municipalities and those types of insurance policies, but there is certainly a level of protection. I mean, you are assuming risk if you're walking on public streets, so it's probably a good way for them to protect themselves. But the easiest lightning strike, if you will, is definitely going to be a personal or a business policy.
Yeah, because I noticed
private property
on the bridge. Last year, they had sections of the bridge sidewalk missing.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if somebody hurt themselves there, that would be, you're liable because you were aware of the fact that the bridge was not completely, formed
Right.
or was degrading, crumbling apart.
Sure.
And since that point, they've actually put it back together. Is that the kind of thing that somebody, if they tripped and fell on that particular broken part?
If a lawyer takes the suit, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
see-
can't imagine that they wouldn't try.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
May not get anything, but you would try.
well, and what's the difference between, doing it yourself in like a small claims court where you can, what is it, up to $5,000?
Yeah.
You deal
Well,
with
the
any of
medical
that?
payments, you don't need court.
Oh, okay.
No, you just need to say, hey, I hurt myself, and here's where, and here's how, and here's when. And it's a very simple process. Insurance companies are quite adept to working with medical payments. That's why they have them, because it hopefully prevents them from going to the liability.
Right,
So-
to the next thing. Well, thank you so
5,000
much.
versus $1 million, who do you want to pick?
No kidding about that. All right, you got 20 seconds. List off everything that.
God, we're long.
Yeah. It's genetics. List off what you got there, brother.
Barrett Insurance Agency. We're on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury. Visit us online, thebarrettagency.com. Facebook, Google+, and YouTube is Barrett Insurance Agency. Have a great week.
All right. See you next
See ya.
week.